My name is Adam Muller, and I'm running for City Council District 7. I grew up in Irving, I live in Irving, and I'm raising a family in Irving. Everything I have is from this city. Long-term residents of my district have watched this city change. We've become overcrowded with backyard apartments and tons of broken down cars parked in our neighborhood streets. Being a good city council member is about having the courage to actually stand up to very powerful people and defend what is right. Leadership experience matters. And for 7 years, I've been in the boardroom evaluating contracts and standing up to protect what's right. And I've learned that it's often the people who are offering you the most money who could be the most potentially dangerous to your community. At Valor Public Schools, we only get 80% of the funding that ISDs get, but yet we've been very successful in our educational approach. So successful that we've attracted the attention of some very generous people from a philanthropic fund. It was a $65 million proposal to help us finance our expansion projects. During the due diligence period, they combed through every transaction we had ever recorded. Thousands of transactions, maybe hundreds of thousands. And they found that everything in our schools was on the up and up. As board president, I was on meetings and phone calls often until after midnight. Because I'm a volunteer, I have to work on these contracts after work hours. And this was a philanthropic organization, and on the surface, they were offering to do us this generous financial favor. But in exchange, they asked us to use particular construction companies and particular banks and work with particular people. It turned out that all the other people who would profit from this donation were business partners and family members of the philanthropists. It was all a way to cover up their own backdoor deals. Even with $65 million on the line, someone had to step up and do what was right. It's not just one decision one time, but it's many, many decisions over several months. Finally, after all the meetings, we were ready to sign off on the donation. But this is when they sprung their biggest trap. With less than 24 hours until the deadline, they added a last-minute condition demanding that we add 2 of their members to our school board. Losing this deal would have been catastrophic to our schools, and the donors knew it. They were playing dirty because we had refused to use their construction companies, so they outright tried to take us over. There were lots of differing opinions on my executive team. It's only 2 seats. They won't have a majority on the board. We can work with them. But I assure you, we may not have felt the effects of that decision immediately, but we would have 5 years down the road. So I reminded our team that they were the ones who approached us. They needed our performance statistics in their philanthropic portfolio to go back and get more money from their billionaire donors. We were helping it look like they were doing a good job funding high-performing schools. We still had leverage in this deal. So what did I do? I called their bluff. I refused to sign their covenants as they were written and instead sent a revised version I was comfortable with. They got no seats on the board, and we got to evaluate the bids for all construction projects. They signed my version without making a single revision. You see, they really wanted to know if we would bend the knee to their money, but I couldn't. For the good of our school, I had to do what was right. Great cities need experienced leaders who are willing to step up and do what's right. When the stakes are high, that's when you need an experienced leader the most. There will always be someone who wants to get rich off our city, regardless of the cost to our residents. And when that happens, I will defend and protect our city from getting into these bad long-term deals. We need someone from Irving, someone who cares about the future of this city, not just about building a political resume and moving on. So if you care about the future of this city, I urge you to join me and start fighting for it. Vote Adam Muller for City Council District 7 on May 3rd. Thank you.